After I began to use these shortcuts, my efficiency doubled, and today I will show you which shortcuts they are. Let's start off with the first one. You know how you always search up the tab for effect controls or essential graphics when you have a ton of windows open? Well, with this single shortcut you can instantly open up the window of your favorite. For example, here, I need to work on some effect controls and scale it, but I don't know where the tab is. I click my shortcut and it opens up. This shortcut is called depending on what you want, and you can do this with any window you want, like effect controls, text, volumetric colors, and more. But let's say you want to open up the effect panel, but then you need to go up with your mouse and click it, and then click on the search bar. Why just not do it instantly? Just click a button and it's time to search for the effect you want. Well, you can't really get this shortcut, but wait, you can still do it with a program called AutoHotkey and a little script. I have a download link for that in the description, so check that out. Just for your information, you can assign these effects in keyboard shortcuts on Edit Keyboard Shortcuts. With the second shortcut, you will probably save hundreds of hours every year. You are probably watching your video 50 times per edit, but you need to be more efficient. With this shortcut, you can speed up your video by a lot more. So if you're speaking really slow, then you will save a lot of time just previewing your video with this. You can do this with forward and also backwards. This shortcut is called shuttle left and shuttle right. For our third shortcut, we all know delete, but did you also know about ripple delete? Let me show you what that is. With ripple delete, you can delete the space automatically instead of just having space in the middle of the timeline and then needing to select all clips and moving it to the left. With ripple delete, it works like this. This will also save you a ton of time, but instead of normal places, I put my delete on the mouse with hotkeys on it. But for that you also need an AutoHotkey script, but there's a link in the description to get it also. But if you don't have hotkeys on your mouse, then put it on the keyboard. I would put ripple delete on Q and delete on E, because else I always need to take off my hand from my mouse and then go to the keyboard and click delete and go back. The fourth shortcut is the biggest time saver when doing sound effects and music design. But don't worry, it's also for just voiceovers. You know how you always need to right click and then search for audio gain? It's really annoying to do that every few minutes. Well, with G, you can do this instantly and you will save a ton of time. With the fifth shortcut, I'm asking everybody here, who likes working with keyframes? Probably nobody. But they are really cool if done correctly. Let's say you want to add a keyframe on this exact spot. Normally you would go here to the left and then click on this really small symbol and then you have your keyframe. Congrats. But you know that I have a great shortcut for that. Well, look at this. Well, that was with a shortcut. It's really useful, but you need to have the effect clicked on. Like this. This really useful shortcut is called Add or Remove Video Keyframe. But after creating the keyframe, we need to make it really smooth. From this to this, or even this. Normally you would click on the little keyframe and then click on ease out and then in. Takes a lot of time for just one thing. Well, with this shortcut you can do it instantly with a single button. To use the ease out and in with a shortcut, then search up keyframe interpolation ease out or in. The first hotkey you are going to put it on should be ease out, and then the second one ease in. For example, I did it before on my keyboard with F1 and F2, but now I use my mouse with Ctrl Shift Alt F1 or 2. It's a macro on my mouse. But now I need to show you my favorite shortcut ever. So you are normally going down here and then moving the timeline. Please don't. With scrolling you can achieve the exact same thing, but you might have known that already, but you sure didn't know this one. Let's say you want to make the timeline more zoomed in, like this. Then you probably go also on this line and make it stretched, but that's wrong. Just hold the Alt key on your keyboard and then scroll. And see how this works so good?